All right, we got a good one for tonight. Some champion mindset coaching. I'm busting through your plateau. And now we're going to be leveraging something different. Okay, so this is part of a little, video series that we've been doing. It actually matches some blog posts that I had done on plateau busting. So if you go to my fitness website, which is figurechick911.com, and you look for the plateau busting series, the first one is actually going to list out some of the top causes of plateaus, like nutrition and blah, 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 all this stuff. And then, like, bit by bit, I march out like the important ones. So one of them is, stability precludes dynamism. This other one is talking about the time that your receptors need to clear. And by receptors, I'm talking about alpha and beta. Because we can't have an official training and not talk about the nervous system. Okay, so gotcha. All right. So oftentimes, if you're reaching a cap, this is legit here. You're reaching a cap in terms of, let's say, athletic performance first. You're not as strong as you want to be. You can't, bust through. You can't, go up in your weights. You're bonking during an event. Your pre-workout isn't working anymore. You're having, issues along that front. The very first place that we always look with any sort of plateau is always nutrition and hydration, and then at other things, one of which has to do with your receptors that carry around your adrenaline. Okay, so these are your alpha, excuse me, and your beta receptors. Now, if they're full, okay, so receptors, like you have your cell, and then you have, your little molecules of adrenaline which float around. And what happens is that those molecules attach to kind of like these little baskets or flags on the cell, if you would, and that's how they get introduced into the cell, and then they have these effects to, make your heart rate, go faster, and your heartbeat stronger, and, gives you a state of mental alertness, etc., etc. Well, your cells only hold so much. And after that, they're just full. Kind of like a Ferris wheel. If you have people on the Ferris wheel, the only way that the people on the ground can get on the Ferris wheel is if some of the people who are on the Ferris wheel get off. And that's how it works with adrenaline with your cells, like a gross example for you there. So what I'm saying is that when you're reaching that point, rather than adding more, in this case, stimulant, to your workout, or more coffee to your day, or something in order to increase, that effect and give you that more intensity to get you to push back past that plateau, sometimes the answer is actually to back off on it and give your cells and the receptors time to actually clear. How long? I don't know how long it takes for you. There's like a lot of pieces of the puzzle when it comes to that, but I'm pointing that out for you. And the same thing is with any other goal, that if you just keep on like trying to drill forward and this thing is like super intense and you just keep on hammering at it and you're getting all stressed out, oftentimes what actually has to happen is you have to allow your receptors to clear. And in this capacity, maybe this is you just can't come up with a creative idea on how to solve a particular problem. Well, the more you stress out about it, the more you keep those receptors saturated. And what they actually require is time to clear so that you're not in that fight or flight mode anymore. You're actually, in what's called feed or breed, but you're actually slowing things down, which will allow you to have that clarity of thought and a more calm demeanor about you, and it kind of like turns that creative side of you back on. Does that make sense? Same thing if you're having a hard time like retaining information and like, oh my God, this computer thing, it's like a brand new thing. I'm too old to learn this computer. I'm never going to learn. I suck at computers and blah, blah, blah. You get yourself so incredibly worked up, and it's really a bunch of baloney, because we all learned how to use a smartphone, and at first everyone thought that was, a no-go. So clearly, like, you have capabilities of doing this, but when you get yourself all worked up and you're worried, I'm not going to be able to do this, and blah, 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 you cause your body to produce all these chemicals that that are part of the stress response, and it doesn't allow you then to actually absorb information, because when you're in that stress mode, how you hear, like listen, and how you process information is completely like illogical, and it doesn't allow you to be creative. It doesn't allow for a lot of information retention because you're in that stressed out mode. So the answer is to chill. All right, take a chill pill. All right, take a couple of nice deep breaths in and out, and then perhaps take some time, step away from that thing, so that it can actually give you like that real time in order for your receptors to clear. Now again, how long does that take? I don't know. It depends on a number of different factors, but at the end of the day, you have to start viewing what you're doing. If you're getting the same results over and over and over again, and you're constantly disappointed, you have to start looking very objectively at why that's happening, rather than just throwing in the towel and giving up. Like, all plateaus can be busted. It's just whether or not you're willing to look at things honestly and objectively. Am I putting in the work? Am I making the proper sacrifices? Am I doing everything to the best of my ability? Not just enough to kind of sort of get by, but like high level. And you will find that every single plateau can 100% be busted. So if you're at that situation, like you are reaching a lid, you're at a plateau in some area, health and fitness or any other place, I invite you, like, come on to my fitness website and read through the plateau busting series, and simply substitute out your goal for whatever the blog post has listed as like a health and fitness goal, and you're gonna find a whole new path opens up for you in terms of how you approach your particular situation, and it's going to give you those tactics and those strategies to make those proper tweaks and those proper adjustments to bust through that plateau and kick some major ass.